Okay. Okay, mic test, mic test. Okay, we're getting that going. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of MTG Arena Run. Today we are going to be doing a premiere draft of Duskmourn with Alchemy because there's only like a little over 1 day left. I don't know if I'll have time after this, so I figured I would give this one a go, and that's what we're gonna do. As far as this format is concerned, quite a there are quite a few really good alchemy cards that I've noticed. I guess the one I really noticed the most is in white black. They had a few solid contenders there. White blue also got a few really nice goodies as well. Didn't really see much in the other colors, but I'll highlight the alchemy card and see if it's worth picking over what else we have in the format. As far as the format goes, there are some things that have changed. I think pretty much white black is the only one that seems to change quite a bit with alchemy. Can't think of any other. I can't think of if the others have changed quite a bit as much. Usually, what we're look because you have to remember for the most part that alchemy only introduces like one additional uncommon or one additional rare mythic. So because it adds so few cards, that makes it harder to evaluate the effect of alchemy. Perhaps if alchemy draft added a lot more, maybe we get 2 guaranteed alchemy cards instead of 1, then that would be something to consider. Also, I should check out what the special guest cards are for. Speaking of other cards, I should really check out what the other special guest cards are for Duskmourn. The only one I know for sure is Damnation because you pretty much have to craft that for Brawl. Don't know about everything else though. Anyway, now we're getting this one going. We'll see how it pans out here. Just waiting for one more person. Okay, we're all ready. Now let's see if we get anything really good here. we were just talking about special guest cards, and we get Expropriate, which at 9 mana is not doable. We're only getting 1 alchemy card. It's a Glimmer Hoarder. At the beginning of your second main phase, if it's tapped, you lose 1 card and draft a card from the spellbook. Now this one is a good payoff, but remember that survival is really hard to do. But then again, our other rares peer past the veil, which is not so great. If we were not picking Glimmer Hoarder, it'll probably be Oblivious Bookworm, which is really good. But I'm going to start with the Glimmer Hoarder here because this is Alchemy. I'm here to draft Alchemy. I want to try out some of the other things. We will need to prioritize a lot of removal here, or some other effects of keeping it alive. But we're gonna give this one a go, see what it looks like. So what we have here is Replicating Terror. Sacrifices a non-token creature. For each creature sacrificed this way, conjure a duplicate of it in your graveyard, which does help Delirium. So that is something we can consider taking. It's pretty good remove. I probably like this slightly better than Winter's Intervention, especially in the early game. Other choices we have to remember that Glimmer Hoarder kind of wants us to. Well, okay, it's mostly. There's a Chitney's Crawler. I don't remember where that's from, but everything else seems to be. It's all over the place. Kind of hard to build around it. We'll just take the Replicating Terror for now. Got ourselves a Grievous Wound, which is actually not so great. We got an Osseous Stick Twister, which if there are 4 more cards each opponent may sacrifice, then Osseous, who didn't sacrifice a permanent this way, that's fine. It's a 2-drop. Otherwise, let's see. Otherwise, not. I could just take a Tunnel Surveyor. We do have a few ways of triggering. So we could go blue-black Eerie. In which case, I'll have to choose between Tunnel Surveyor and Glimmer Burst. I probably will take the Tunnel Surveyor first. There's also a Final Vengeance, but I think I'll take that later. Let's see. The Alchemy card has been taken here. There's a Skull Snap Nuisance, which we can kind of take. I probably would prefer. There is a Terramorphic Expanse, which is also fine. I don't mind passing these others, though Savior the Small is quite good. I could consider taking this as a way to buy back replicate as a way to buy back Glimmer Hoarder and replicate whatever I get from replicating Terror. I'm not too married to this one yet, so I'll take the Savior of the Small, see if we go into white black or blue black. And now I wish we've gone into blue black because there's a Meat Locker. There is also Miasma Demon, which 5/4 flyer for 6. You can discard cards to become removal is also kind of fine. If I want to be open, I would take the Miasma Demon. If I want to commit, I'll take the Miasma Demon. Not so sure if this is correct, but we do want to have a top end. Hey, there's a Fear of Infinity, so yeah, we shouldn't have gone for this. There's also Derelict Attic, which is fine. But I'm going to go for the Fear of Infinity. Something that keeps coming back is going to be pretty nice. And we can actually still splash white if we take, say, the Wingbright Thief. But I might rather have a Sporogenic Infection instead here. So yeah, I'll take this one. Any creature removal is going to be fine. Let's see, pick 8. Fear Failed Test is really not that great at 5 mana. I might rather have Found Footage or Fanatic of the Harrowing. We'll start with Fanatic, though it's not a very strong pick for us here. Now, Savior of the Small, it does get 3 of our key creatures back, so a white splash is still not off the table, especially since we can get a Fear of Surveillance and an Abandoned Campground for mana fixing. Possessed Goat is kind of fine also. I guess we start with the Fear of Surveillance first. We're not too married to this one yet. Enter the Enigma, draws a card. Crack Skull, make the player discard a card, but it might not be that great for us. It is an enchantment that we can cast though. It's definitely... I don't like either of these. I'll just take this one but not run it. So we're still kind of deciding between white-black and blue-black. Right now it's mostly blue-black at this point. Though discarding this one is not so bad. We probably want more Surveil at this point. Vanish from Sight's pretty good removal. I could just take the Grievous Wound as a free rare. Probably would rather have an Innocuous Rat at this point. I'll take the rare. Just hey, Noisance came back, so it's a good thing we didn't take it right away. And there's a Stalk Researcher, Cult Healer. I'm more likely to be in blue at this point, so I think I would rather take the Stalk Researcher. Hey, there's a Living Phone. Not so sure if I want to run that. And there's a Cult Healer that I probably would not run at all. There's a Comeback Wrong for removal. Our Alchemy card is Unnatural Summons. This is actually pretty good. 2 times getting 2 shots of Manifest Dread, but this is not the... So it's either Comeback Wrong or Nowhere to Run. I probably would just take the Comeback Wrong at this point. You're also passing a Head Shredder though. Yeah, we're definitely in black. We're just trying to figure out what our sec... Put the rest in the bottom of your library. So Living Phone's probably not gonna make it. Surveillance could still make it, but I would probably rather have something else. There's another Tunnel Surveyor. I could take a Murky Sewer or an Appendage Amalgam. Tunnel Surveyor, Appendage Amalgam. Yeah, I think I would rather... I could also just take the Meat Locker. This does give us card draw at the end. I probably should take one of these at least. And for the rooms... Oh, this is the rare room. Unfortunately, this is not what we're quite doing. There's a Harrowing Swarm, which we could, but we're not playing. Bilmerk Leech is fine-ish. I would probably rather have the Underwater Tunnel right now. Shame that I'm passing Glassworks and the rare room, but we'll go with it. There's a Leyline of the Void that we're not gonna take. Fear of the Dark is a bit expensive, so I will probably just take the Appendage Amalgam. Yeah, it looks like white is not going to make the cut here, so we can probably just give up on that. And just as I say that, we get quite a few reanimation cards. I think we'll just keep it simple. Just take the Spectral Snatch. I could also just take the Bear Trap to give it... Because removals are starting to become harder to come by. And we do have a Miasma Demon on top end already. I'll take the Bear Trap for now. There's a Get Out, which we can kind of use. Derelict Attic for draw 2. Keys to the House, but we don't have a big room to get hit. We might just take the Twist Reality. Having a cancel is pretty okay. I think we'll just take a Derelict Attic for now. Now we take another Tunnel Surveyor. We need to have another Eerie payoff that is we have to have at least another Eerie payoff. Not much else here. Probably don't want to run this. Piranha Fly is fine. I'll just take the rare here. And we could take an Erratic Apparition instead, though this is much weaker. Failed test. I'll take the Amalgam at this point. But we have way too many. We have probably way too many trees here, so we probably should be careful of that one. I probably would prefer not to run Fanatic of the Harrowing if I can. Because also you have to remember that Glimmer Hoarder requires us to attack successfully, which might be really hard to do. I might have to take a Vanish from Sight just to make it happen. Or I could just take a Balemurk Leech. Yeah, let's take a Balemurk Leech. We'll keep it cheap. We'll try to build up our 2s and 3s, then try to hold out from there. But that means we probably want actual removal. At this point, we want anything that's not this. Okay, we can take a Spectral Snatcher Loud. The fact that it came back late really tells us that's good we didn't take it early. And, ooh, okay, this is a good... Oh, I would love to take the Slasher too, but we're definitely taking Overlord of the Balemurk here. That's pretty much a given. Otherwise, I would pretty much take Slasher. It's really one of these 2 cards here. Probably could take a Murky Sewer at this point. We could use some Well, never mind. There's another Fear of Infinity. We're taking this one. It's a shame we're passing Fear of Abduction. We're passing Wicker Folk Treasure, best uncommon. Passing... There's a Solitary Study Endless Corridor, which is really nuts, but we're not the deck for it. So I would say that this does guarantee us infinite Eerie triggers. It's just that we don't have a reliable Eerie, and we're not playing white. If we stuck with white, that would be an easy pick. So Fanatic of the Harrowing's not looking so great now. Let's see what other things are also gonna... Stock Researcher is still kind of fine. We could take a Dashing Bloodsucker. That one's a good Eerie. That one has a good Eerie trigger. Mouse Glimmer. Target creature you control gets +1/+1. I did cut my 4 drops, so I could afford to take this. Shame I'm passing this one. Also passing Inquisitive Glimmer, but that's how it breaks. There's another Leyline that we're not gonna take. Haunted Screen, but really don't want to play that. Don't really want to play any of these. I might just take... I could take another Erratic Apparition, but it's not that great, but it's not that bad either. Okay, we're definitely taking Fear of Imposters here. We need to have one counter effect. Then let's see. Ghostly Key Bearer. It's fine. But we're not too reliant on cracking rooms. But I would probably rather have an Innocuous Rat at this point. So we could cut, say, the Stalked Researcher here. There's a Leyline of Hope. Yeah, I probably don't want the Megalodon. We'll just take that one. We have too many tree drops, so I'm not too incentivized to take that. I am willing to take Valgod's Faithful though. And let's see. Not much for us here. We'll just take Get Out. Patch Plating, Glimmer Light's fine. Climate Prowler is also a decent 4, but don't really want any of these. If any, I'm preparing for a possible white side in. I just don't have the lands for it, but I really could use a Terramorphic Expanse to make it work. This might not be the greatest draft, so we have to consider that might be an issue here. Another Living Phone. I think we'll just take another Spectral Slat. Sure. Jump Scare is fine. Okay, we're not getting anything good for us here. Well, at least take one Jump Scare though, because never know if we do pivot. We also need to make a few cuts here, so most likely there's a Fear of the Dark again. I probably don't want to fill that in. Okay, these neither of these are good. I'll take the Possessed Goat. And yeah, so a bit on the weak side. We do have a few nice rares, but we are lacking a lot of removal. We do have quite a few eerie triggers to work with though, so that's gonna be our game plan here. We did not draft the land after all, so we kind of want to start cutting blue cards here. So what are the blue cards that we could get away with cutting? Probably an Erratic Apparitions are payoff, but it's not a very good payoff. It just turns it into a 2/4 that with Vigilance, which is fine, I guess. Balemerc Leech is our other payoff, but not so strong. I guess we cut one. I guess we cut an Erratic Apparition. We still keep the rooms. I probably cut the Fear of Imposters as well because that's double blue. So we can now get away with a 10/7. Then probably could cut one more card. I'm definitely keeping the Valgavott's Faithful because we do have cards that we want to get back. Probably the Derelict Attic could be cut, but we do want to draw cards if we can. Appendage Amalgam is... The flash might matter a bit, so we're gonna see if that lines up. I'm gonna try this like this first, see if it lines up. It's possible that we bomb this draft, and well, it is what it is. And well, I'm willing to keep this one. This is the risk of running 10/7. But if our opponent runs out a creature, we can just Innocuous Rat for now. If our opponent wants to remove it, it's fine. Opponent's running Mono Black. They're actually going for the card draw. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe 10/7 is a bit. Maybe we have too many blue cards for 10/7 to work. Opponent actually has red. Into a Cackling Slasher. We'll let that resolve first. Okay, we do hit our blue source. So I definitely want to play our Erratic Apparition first. So this way, next turn we can say play Tunnel Surveyor or Fear of Infinity. Start. Opponent goes Fanatic Harrowing. Pitch the Swamp. I could also pitch this one. Bear Trap. Sure, but look. Yeah, I should have pitched the Swamp. Well, it's okay. This might convince our opponent to take out the Erratic Apparition instead. Let's see if they're willing to spend the mana for that. No, they're just going... Wow, they're really digging. They might have something really good, so we might be in trouble here. So our best play is to probably just manifest... go manifest Slimy Aquarium. Belmert Leech. Okay, that seems to be their plan. If they swing with Fanatic, I will just block with Rat and Apparition, so they're probably not gonna attack. Yep. So speaking of which... So, which card do I want back? Glimmer Hoarder might not make it through, so I don't see a reason to play that. I could just take the Bailmerk Leech instead. Hackling Slasher is fine. No, I'll take the Bailmerk Leech because, because this way we can say, play this one, play Tunnel Surveyor, get the Drain Life that way. If our opponent makes a... Opponent goes Miasma Demon, they will have to discard 2 cards. Okay. No, they don't have the mana to activate this, so this one's kind of an easy block. I don't understand why they did that. We do also have to be careful not to mill too much. But I think now I do want to get Glimmer Hoarder. One is probably gonna... Oh, they're not gonna even block it. Okay. So I'm gonna spend this one, probably not Surveil. Oh, we got a lot of triggers this way. Yes, return to hand. Let's see, probably keep this one. I'm surprised our opponent decided to keep that one. Sure, they could make a 5-5 with this. Nope, they're just going for the Death Touch, but I would be more than happy to just trade the Leech. They also probably should snipe one of my creatures with the Bear Trap. They need to swing first though. That's a problem. Okay, gains that touch, sure. They are letting me block, so yeah, this guy's not gonna contribute much. That's I would not have bothered trying to save that because it's gonna ETB tap. Because it still taps your attacker. It's nothing goes through. Might as well flip this face up now. Yeah, and there you go. I think our opponent really misplayed that one, but well, their misplay is my gain here. They were better off just making another creature at that point. Okay. So it was not perfect play from our opponent, but a win is a win for us. We'll gladly take it. I really should consider cutting another card just to make it a consistent 40. Not so sure which one I would cut though. But we also have to be very careful about milling too much. I'm willing to keep this one. We just need one more land and we get a lot of life cards here. I really wish I grabbed some of the blue one drop removal. That would have been really nice. We did hit our land. Opponent goes Filmer. Now I could tap it down, but I would much rather just chump block it with Appendage Amalgam. The Relic Attic, drawing 2 cards, sure. Seems to be all the rage. We'll spin that. I'm sure I could have done more damage, but I would much rather just bring it out. So I definitely want to play an... I'm actually going to play the Bloodsucker first. No rush to get Fear of the Infinity onto the battlefield. I could just opponent did have the murder, so we'll let that resolve. So I think I would rather also... I think I would also want to draw 2. Return another Sphere of Infinity. Okay. Play our land. And we could play this one, grab the other Fear of Infinity back, but I guess... yeah, I guess we'll do that. Also note that what I could do also is just hold out the Fear of Infinities for the Miasma Demon. Definitely keeping that if we're going to... we probably don't need the second one though. Opponent does need to play something. Oh, it doesn't work that way. It splits. Okay, never mind. I goofed up there. I'll just have to meet Locker. Okay, so it's up to that many target creatures get -2/-2. So it's only good for small creatures. So loses flying, so we'll take the 4. This one, get both back. Surveil, yeah, I don't really want lands anymore. We will play one of these. Spectral Snatcher is fine. So now our opponent could just target this instead, but they'll... you just have to choose which one to take less damage from. Can't be blocked, that's fine. I couldn't block it anyway, even if I wanted to. No, opponent concedes. Like, sure they could shrink it, but I would have other plays available. I think that might have been a bit too hasty, in fact. I think our opponent could have won that one. They just had... we would only have another Fear of Infinity, I guess. I guess they would have to lock the small one down. It just becomes a life race. There we go. Let's see if we can get at least 4 wins, preferably more. But let's be patient with this one. So far, so good. We did learn something very key. We did learn something key about that Miasma Demon. We cannot just use it for... we cannot just use it to take out a big creature. We can only use it to take out multiple small creatures. Something nice to learn. I make the mistake so you don't have to, but probably at this point you're not making that mistake either, so it speaks a lot about me. Sorry. I'll try to run out the Glimmer Hoarder first, see if we can get a free swing, but that's kind of unlikely. Especially with our opponent going first, that makes it harder to do. So I will play the Glimmer Hoarder first. This should dissuade them from swinging, at least right away. They might just have removal, but we'll probably just slam an Appendage Amalgam instead. And we're gonna mute this guy. I suspect he's just gonna do a Sheltered by Ghosts. Which might not be the worst thing, honestly. Mischievous Lookout. Okay, it's a way to get stuff back. I am willing to block this, actually. If not, then I'm just gonna play Tunnels. Because this only gets non-creature, non-creature, non-aura permanents, so... yeah, let's just block this. So we'll play the Erratic Apparition first. Opponent might have removal, it is what it is. I'll most likely end up just playing the Tunnel Surveyor. Yeah, they're realizing that they can't get this back because this is actually a creature. It's... I played it before in the Midweek Magic event. This one is fine, it's just not that great. Okay, opponent does have the Glassworks. Ping that one, sure, take a few damage early. So I have no way of playing two of these, so we will just play the Tunnel Surveyor to get out of the way. Next turn we can go Fear of the Dark, have a large creature. Now they do control a Glimmer, so this is not going to get Menace and Death Touch. Okay. They probably will not sack. This one has Menace, so... I think they're trying to see if they can clear the way. Actually... they might have a combat trick, in which case I want them to use it. Okay, just makes it grow. Deals 1 damage to that. Okay, that's kind of fine. Opponent is now able to get this back, but there is a caveat here. Oh wait, no, they can cast it, make it into a 2/1. They will get some removal this way. So that's a pretty neat combo there. Sacrificing the Glassworks. Now we just need to hit our removal for this. I suspect the white might just be for this and this, so... oh, they're tapping for Derelict Attic. So they might sack afterwards to make this into a 5/4. And this is only at the beginning of end step, so they might wait this out a bit. So let's force them to have a removal spell here. So they could sacrifice this, make this into a 5/4. It kind of clears my board. Also, because if you sacrifice one or... oh, they're not even sacrificing. Well, that doesn't matter. So we got 3 out of 4 card types. So we don't really have any Delirium. Something to keep in mind there. Let's see. Opponent going for the Soul Ranger. They're gonna try to ping us. We really need to find a way to get this out here. There's another Tunnel Surveyor. I'm just gonna play Fear of the Dark. I'm gonna crack that for yet another land. Hello? Say. Okay, let's see if our opponent is going to... They could go for the 4 damage, but probably not right away. They might actually just want to play this out so that it's on the board. They don't want to take the risk that I take this out, I guess. They might also just open this one. I have no idea what they're gonna do. We'll take. And this only deals to each opponent. I guess they were trying to see if they can combo this one. Yeah, they're just gonna sacrifice, deal 2, draw a card. Then they could get it back to draw more cards. Pretty decent. Oh, do they have additional removal? Oh, just nowhere to run. Okay, but they did use kind of 2 key pieces of removal that way. I'm okay with it. And this one is some sacrifice a room, so they could sacrifice this one. It's a room rat. So we definitely want to hit something big. That's not quite it. But I do have to play it. I do need to draw cards. Hey Jericho Lagan, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, so if I hit 1 more mana, I could... Well, I kind of want to wait on this, so I probably just take this Dashing Bloodsucker. But so far, so good. We did. See how our opponent taps this out, though. They are getting a lot of value from Mischievous Lookout. They managed to replay this room once. They're going to replay this room again. They're going to get a lot of cards this way. There's a chance I'd probably end up just playing the Drowned Diner here. That's a very weird attack, considering that they're not getting it back the second time. They have a Fear of Infinity after all. Wow, they really went 4 colors. It's really all over the place. I definitely want to play this first. I'm still trying to find a way to take this out before this becomes a problem. Before this coming back again and again becomes a problem. I'm just gonna unlock that one. Make the Fear of Infinity bigger. Also note that this does not just trigger once each turn, so cannot. I am not. Definitely playing Tunnel Surveyor first. Yeah, they had that. Yeah, actually, well, considering that they got all this off from one Terramorphic Expanse, I have to give them the They hit the luck. They hit the luck factor really well. Yeah, they're really going. So I can end the shenanigans once and for all by taking out Mischievous Lookout, so they don't get to get this back. as well swing with this one. This gives me 6 life back, even if they're... If they want to trade those off, I'm fine with it too, because those are pretty much those are pretty big threats to my life total as well. So now it's a question of how do we get back on this. We can slimy Aquarium to give ourselves a 3-3. Wow, they had a really good draft. They really just went for all the removal and that. We'll take the 6 for now. Actually, no, that's 8. So they sacrifice takes me down to 2. Maybe that was not a good idea. Okay. Yeah, they got really low. Though in fairness to them, no, there's no unfairness to them. They only won off the back of this mischievous lookout, getting them lots of card advantage. I did not hit removal in time. Yeah, should have gone for the block. And yeah, might as well play this. Unlock, see what we hit, but I don't think it's gonna save us. Nope, that's not gonna save us. Yeah, our opponent just really went off on that one mischievous rat. So that's a loss for us. We'll take it. We'll have to take it in the chin. We didn't exactly get many. Well, okay, we did get one Overlord, so that's a good rare. We have to give ourselves that. Anyway, 2 wins, 1 loss. Sometimes it happens. You just don't. Now that is one of the weaknesses we have. We did not draft enough removal. We didn't see a single murder. We had to. A lot of times when we saw a removal, it was 2 in 1 pack. We never saw the other one. Why the heck are we up against Mythic? Anyway, we'll see how it goes. So I'm willing to keep this one. Turn 2 Rat, turn 3 Attic, just to draw more cards. We can hide the blue for now. We don't have double blue. Undead Sprinter, Trample and Haste. We'll take this one. Let's do a check. What? You may cast from your graveyard if a non-zombie creature died this turn. Ooh, we have no way of getting rid of this person. But we do have a trick here. We get to conjure a duplicate into our graveyard, so and this enters to the battlefield, so we might be able to go. Now we don't. Actually, we should not have attacked. They would have just taken. Oh, great. Yeah, we'll manifest that. Oh, you may cast. So we don't have the red mana to cast it. Well, they can cast. So that's where it doesn't work. So hold on, let's do a reading check. You may cast from your graveyard if a non-zombie creature died this turn. If you do, oh, it's this turn. Okay. We probably should have retapped that so that we could, but then we won't get it till much later, so we're gonna have to wait on it a bit. So I can flip this, then cast Porogenic Infection if I need to. But we won't have the mana to... Unsavory creature. Whenever a creature non-combat. Oh wait. This. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll let them take it out. So I could Fear of the Dark right now. I think I will most likely just go Slimy Aquarium. See, opponent goes for Norin. I guess we just yeah, we just cast Derelict Attic, draw the 2 cards. Get the land. Then we can end the turn there. Opponent going for Appendage Amalgam. Oh, the haste is weak. So we're taking a lot of damage here. But what we can do is we can Sporogenic Infection. Okay, they get free Surveil as well. So we're taking a big hit here. But if we can time it, we should be able to... Also, I'm not flipping that face out. Last works. So they're gonna snipe this one, and that's fine. But that Unsavory Kitchen's becoming really unsavory for us. Anyway, let's play this one. So... I really should tap the mana together. And I might as well unlock this. Though I could have saved it for this one, but it's mostly because I probably don't want another land. So let's see. One could just one is just gonna unlock that, start pinging us for damage. So we're just gonna play out as many of our creatures as possible. Right now we're just rushing with Arza. Yeah, I have to say that Replicating Terror is actually quite helpful for us here. Winter's Intervention, sure they gain life. They get to replay this with haste. And it has trample too, so that's annoying. This also gives haste, which is also the other problem. Doesn't give trample, but other cards have trample. So I definitely would need to play. If I could hit another land, I'd play both of these. When it goes for Fear of Missing Out. Oh, and having haste also is annoying. What? Do they have a 1-mana trick? Okay. Vow Mutator would have been so annoying. Thankfully they... Yeah, this... Wow, we just got ruined by rare. Ah, it's always the rares. It's always the rares that kill us here. Why can't we get a draft where we get good rares? No, we did get some good rares, but why can't we get a draft where we draw the good rares? That's always going to be an issue for us here. I guess we're looking at the variance point where simply rares are gonna make up the power of the deck, which is kind of true, but then it becomes a matter of being so too easy to make it consistent. Like, I would do anything for rares to be weaker. Actually, no, that's not true. Probably has a veteran survivor. Okay, at least we get multiple plays here, and our opponent surviving with this one is not an issue here. So I might as well play the innocuous rat here. Opponent might think to trade. Opponent might spend 1 mana to make this unblock. No, they're just gonna play Beast Kobe, which is yet another rare. I guess I do play this first, because they're probably gonna have an onboard removal threat anyway. I would rather just chump block for now. Yep. Of course they have it. Though exile doesn't really mean much here. I just need to preserve our life total a bit. Yeah, that's the thing that annoys me. It's like it's not really a Prince format, but almost all my losses are to rares, so it plays out like a Prince format. If you catch my drift. Though in this case, it might end up not being a Prince. Okay, unbelievable. They have a response again. Oh no. And now they exile 3 cards, so this is... Miasma Demon doesn't really do much. I could just play this one out. That's our opponent's second Scorching Dragonfire, though. Okay, you cannot say it's not... Okay, we take 5. They are not swinging with this. Can't block this. It deals damage to any other target. I have to do it like that. There's really no other good. And thankfully they dealt it there, so... But now this is gonna get +3/+3 and hexproof. Nope, it's that. Nope, I have to disagree. It is a Prince format. We'll have to take it for now. And that feeds. Can't catch a break. Well, this is kind of horrible, and that we'll just leave it at. We're just gonna have to leave it at that. This is really not the format for us. We'll we'll just have. Well, I'm just gonna have to disagree with you in this one. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. I really wish I could have done better here, but no, it's rare after rare after rare, and that's really the only summary I can have for this. Like, sure, you can get a lot of synergy, but it doesn't help if your opponent also gets synergy and gets rares. It only helps if your opponent has, and even if your opponent doesn't have synergy, sometimes no, they still our second opponent had synergy, and that was just off the back of one rare. I would argue that sure, there's a lot of removal in the format, but it's probably at the point where we just don't have enough removal at all. Like, you need to have enough removal to go through all 8 players, and it's not happening. Anyway, that's me ranting. I'll just leave it at that. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications, and whatnot. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, Jericho Ilagan. I still have to complain. I'm just gonna complain for the sake of complaining. Don't think too much about it. Anyway, have a great week, everyone. Take care.